This exciting new card is seeing play in Legacy and Modern, and I think it might just have a home in Vintage Oath. Okay, welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a donation deck list from Sean. Sean started today with the request to play a Planeswalker Controlling Oath after he went 4-2 in a recent challenge with a Tezzeret the Seeker. We've taken that idea and definitely gone a little further with it. Tonight we're going to play an Oath deck that's going to be on the controlling side, and we are going to play a bunch of Planeswalkers, a variety of Planeswalkers, including Teferi, Oko, Kaya, a classic Matt Murray special. Shout out to Matt Murray. Narset and Karn. In our blue controlling Oath Shell, 2 creature targets, Atraxa and Sarah's Emissary with a Gaia's Blessing. We're just testing out Pest Control here from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which I wanted to try and haven't gotten a chance to find a nice deck that can cast white and black. And you might be asking the question, Justin, can our deck cast white and black? We'll find out. Because we're also trying to cast Ponder and Oath of Druids. So hopefully these Ponders tie everything together in a nice, neat little bow. Notably, one of the best decks I've made recently at casting Abrupt Decay. Or at least I hope it is. It's okay. We have 4-color lands with a Forbidden Orchards and a beautiful Bayou, Savannah, Tundra, Underground Sea, Tropical Island mana base to tie it all together. Should be interesting. I think Pest Control, of all the decks that want to play Pest Control, this one makes the most sense to me, because it clears out pesky Forbidden Orchard Spirit Token pests. And then obviously this hits a bunch of cards in Vintage that are coming down very fast, like Moxen, Construct Tokens, Soul Rings, Manifold Keys. So I feel like it's worth a shot. I love the fact that this card has cycling on it, so if it's not good, you can get rid of it. That being said, might just not hit the power level of like a Pernicious Deed, but we'll have to see. Anything else, chat? Is that all? Yeah, I feel like that's all. Take this Oath deck for a spin, and thank you, Sean, for donating to see this deck list played. Have you ever wanted to win your own real Black Lotus? The legendary NYSE Vintage Tournament returns this June 22nd on Long Island in New York. 15 proxy, high stakes, paper vintage action with 8 whole pieces of unlimited power as prizes. You are not going to want to miss it. Check out more information in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, Vintage Gamers, it's round 1. Oath Mirror. Wait, not an Oath Mirror. They're off it. They're on to Cat Life. All right, Cat Life versus Oath Life. Oh, jeez. That's a hand, huh? That is a hand, huh? So which blue land is everyone fetching here? What blue land should we fetch here? I don't think we're jamming Oath with Orchard against Lurrus on a Multiply. I think we're going to just start with a nice Ponder so that we can untap and go for Oath with a Spell Pierce on turn 2. Fetch pass against Lurrus? What are you trying to hit with a fetch pass here? We did draw the 1 Mox that doesn't tap for our colors, yeah. I don't even know if we're supposed to have this Ruby in our deck, actually. You could probably debate whether we're supposed to even have the Ruby in our deck. You don't want to get wasted? I think it's okay if we get wasted. I'm gonna get a Tundra. Ponder. Besiju, Fluster, Ponder. I think I hate all of these cards. I don't want these cards. Imagine not casting Ponder. Couldn't be me. Ooh, Teferi or Brainstorm? Hmm. 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 I'm gonna Brainstorm. Hmm. Indeed, indeed. I will put both oaths back. Hmm. I should put both oaths. All right, not bad. Turn one, Narset, Saga Gaming, pass. We can wait to Narset until after we find out if our oath resolves here. Obviously, we lose our Narset, classic Narset gaming, but it just resolves. All right. I guess we could keep our Narset. Just have it take a shot to the face. I kind of want to have Spell Pierce and Force up, right? Kind of don't need our Narset to be in play. Just put a Sarah's Emissary to the bottom. That's good. That means we're hitting a Traxa. Wait, is our deck just lit? Our deck's just broken. It has perfect mana. Our Savannah Bayou deck just cast Narset on turn one. It's free. All right, so my opponent is on Lurrus, but we don't know what kind of Lurrus. Classic Saga Gaming. So what are we doing? We bring in like some Abrupt Decays and a Vigor, and we can take out our negations here. Take out our... What else we want to take out? Vamp, maybe? Let's run like this. If we find out they're on blue-white, we can bring in the Decay, the third Decay. All right, I'm down. I don't know. Ponder seemed a little broken there. All right, instead of drawing 3 bad cards, I drew Black Lotus. Well, that's a magic card hand, isn't it? Classic Lotus Petal. Oh, we're gonna mulligan this one. We're gonna even act like this isn't even a land. It's not. Mulligan. Yeah, I mean, it's not good. It's not good. It's not great. Oh, Volcanic Island. Okay, so we probably don't even want a Replicase in our deck because they're probably combo killing us. All right, so our sideboard plan was pretty bad here. Though Abrupt Decay is actually good against Breach, so maybe it's okay. So maybe it's fine. I mean, we want negation though, right? Probably. Mindbreak Trap, maybe. Blue, Manifold Key. Oh, Abrupt Decay is so good against Manifold Key Time Vault. Jeez. Karn? All right, what? I mean, we're probably not getting Wastelanded anymore either, right? So why don't we go... Man, what do we want to go here? Just Time Walk to start and see where we get. Obviously, Time Walk gets better if we have Planeswalkers resolved, but I feel like we want to try to find like a force. Let's get the Savannah here. Classic Underground Sea Savannah deck. Perfect mana. You know, I just cracked for a Savannah in my Underground Z deck, so I'm doing great. Ponder. I like that. Let's Ponder. Mox Emerald Beseju Forbidden Orchard. I mean... I'd like to get to a point where I can, like, cast something and hold up decay. You know? And technically, this mana does do that for me. Though the Emerald doesn't cast the Narset. I would have to use the Lotus Petal. And then I wouldn't tap out. I just feel like we can do better. I guess I could take one of these cards. I could just take the Emerald and then shuffle after. Well, I don't want to deploy Karn, because if Karn gets countered and they untap and kill me, I think I'm going to be upset. But maybe we're, like, willing to take that risk. I don't know. Like, I feel like I can, next turn, I can have Narset and have Decay, so I feel like it's fine. Did I put the Beseju underneath, or is the Forbidden Orchard underneath? Any knowers? I don't remember. It's fine. I'm gonna shuffle very likely, right? I just don't feel like we're threatened. Ooh, it's PO, huh? All right, we gotta bring the Null Rods in too. We have a lot of different sideboarding to do here. Buy the Lurrus. Okay. All right, I think I don't want to draw the card. So we definitely want a blue land here. Which color blue land do we want? We have 2 green already. So I guess we'll just get the Tundra. I guess. Oath of Druids. That's an interesting one. All right, I'm going to cast my Narset. Archive Trap is for Doomsday. All right, so they have Lorien Revealed Pitch to Force here. They have a cat +2 in hand. We'll just pass with Abrupt Decay up. I don't think you should ever play Archive Trap in Countervine, because Countervine is already super favored versus Doomsday. But if you were playing like a local paper tournament and there were tons of Doomsday gamers, it's fine. You're more likely to see like Archive Trap in the sideboard of something like Shops that's going to have a really bad Doomsday matchup. But maybe you just hate Doomsday. That is really bad for me. My opponent getting a Merchant's Roll here is super bad for me. They got an Ancestral Recall. Yeah. I kind of wish I had kept my Forbidden Orchard for this Oath, huh? I'm just gonna pass, maybe Ancestral on my turn. Bayou. All right, so now I can jam Karn. Let's leave open Underground Sea Bayou. Oh wait, I guess we should leave open Underground Sea Petal, because I can't use this. All right, Karn. Does that resolve? I mean, they're just gonna Ancestral and find a forest, right? If they don't find a forest, it probably just wins on the spot. Their deck can't really beat a Karn. Like, the Lurrus PO deck does not beat a Karn, ever. Sweet. They have, like, no mana now. If they play a Lurrus, we have a Abrupt Decay and Oath of Druids. We could go get a Needle Saga. We don't need a Needle Saga right away. We can also just get a Null Rod, too, if we want. I don't think we do. I think we just plus. And then maybe we'll get a Needle if we need it, but... Like, this is, like, it's really hard to beat a Null Rod. It's even harder to beat a Karn. I don't think we're going latticing yet. Also, if you minus here, you can get lightning bolted. It's unlikely your opponent has lightning bolt in their deck, but that you could have lightning bolt in this deck. All right, so there is a Saga. Are they going to play out Lurrus? No. So maybe we'll go get that needle. Probably play out the Oath. Pest Control. Interesting. Maybe Pest Control killing our own needle. Probably going to end up cycling this Pest Control from this spot if our needle resolves. But if our needle doesn't resolve, it's not that bad. Kind of just depends on if our needle resolves or not. This is going to be a hard cast negation or something? What's going on here? Hard cast Mindbreak Trap. Pio. Huh. Sure. Just got a lot of resolvers happening here. Let's name Urza's Saga. That means I think I'm going to cycle this Pest Control. Nice. I'm just going to play out this Oath right now. All right. Well, we're certainly playing some control at the moment. That's for sure. That is for sure. Opponent has 10 cards in hand, by the way. Another land. It's pretty good for them, actually. Could they cast Lorien, maybe? I guess they have 9 cards in hand. Maybe they don't want to do that. They could have a Braid in their deck. A Braid would kill Needle, but would they keep in a Braid versus Oath? Lotus Petal, Karn. Blue, red, maybe a Braid. Underworld Breach. So I guess that gets them Ancestral Recalls. Sure. I don't think we're like hitting this Breach with one Ancestral on the stack, so. But if my opponent does like remove Needle, then we can always hit this Breach. Uncounterably. I think my opponent should just cast Ancestral, right? I mean, I don't know what they're drawing to. Like, I don't know what's in their deck that can help get them out of the situation. Also, we have Lattice coming as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we can go Lattice if we want. Blue Ancestral, I assume. Repeal? What do you repeal though? I mean, maybe they Merchant Scroll for something. Merchant Scroll, sure. For repeal, I assume, right? What else could they really get from this? Dig Through Time? No. Brain Freeze? No. Repeal. Okay, so they do have repeal. So they could repeal this Karn. But they would have had to draw on Force for turn to stop this Lattice, right? Is there any upside in pondering first? Is there any downside in pondering first? Could always get another Null Rod here, so they can't actually use their repeal, and we can just play Oath. I wonder if that's actually better. It's not better, right? There's like no way it would. I mean, if they have exactly Spell Pierce, it's better. If they had Spell Pierce or Daze, I guess. Let's just Lattice them. One thing I don't have is like a Soul Guide Lantern to exile my Lattice so I can get it back. I kind of figured that was the case. Not 100% sure this is the best line we could have taken, but after everything resolved and then my opponent didn't go Breach Ancestral, I feel like it would be good. All right. One more time. I mean, by one more time, I mean we have 4 more times. Keep. We got some problems with this hand, but all right, they did not reveal anything, and they are. I'm just gonna go with the Misty and the Lotus, and we're gonna pass. I don't want to jam out this Oath when we don't know exactly what's going on. I don't want to lose access to my Force. Obviously, it's already a Mold of 6 because we have the Emissary in hand, but Jet. Pearl. Our hand is pretty bad against Jewel if they are on Jewel. Though it has a Force, so it's not that bad. Tolarian Academy. The One Ring? I almost want to let the One Ring resolve and then Oko it, but it's probably asking for too much. If I had another blue card, I would snap that off. Just gonna force it. I'm gonna wasteland this Tolarian Academy so that cuts off half their deck. Oh, I drew an Orchard. Damn, can I get away with? I just think I have to strip mine here, right? I think we cast the Oath though. But I'm gonna strip mine them. And then I have to hope they don't have too much extra power in their hand, and then we can Orchard them. Though if they play another ring, it does blank an Oath for a turn. Island, okay. Tinka? Tinka would be bad. Nothing else, okay. The good news is we're not getting an Emissary, we're getting an Atraxa. The bad news is they can copy Atraxa. What is this? Odawara? Hole Breacher. Interesting. Is it still Jewel, or is it like Esper Tinker or something? Looks like Esper Tinker if they're going to cast Demonic here. Oh no, it's Jewel. It just has main deck Hole Breacher. Interesting. Two cards in hand. Let's fetch before we mill out all of the lands that we need here. I guess we'll just get a Savannah. Probably want a blue land actually, so maybe we'll go blue-white land. All right. Well, I got an Oath trigger. Let's go get an Atraxa. The Atraxa did not mill over very many cards here. Could be good, could be bad. Oh, we hit a Time Walk. Okay. We also hit a Brainstorm for our Sarah's Emissary. All right, so let's take Time Walk and Teferi and Oath and Besage. And do we want Brainstorm or do we just want Force? I feel like one Atraxa should be more than enough, right? We can shuffle back our Time Walk. Let's just get a Force here. Feel like it's just better. Then we'll go to our next one here. Ooh, a Sapphire is a nice draw. Let's get a Sapphire in play. I kind of think... Well, I mean, I have a Teferi. I could always bounce a Hull Breacher if I want. I could always have gone Teferi, bounce my Sapphire, put it back in my hand, play Time Walk. Probably not worth it. Do I want to put my Black Lotus, Strip Mine, Force of Will, and Time Walk back in my deck? The answer is definitely yes. So I'm just going to make a Spirit here and mill over my Gaia's Blessing. Put those back in. And then maybe we can draw Time Walk again. Vampiric Tutor. Okay. All right, so we can't really play our Teferi out because... we want to hold up Force for a Metamorph. I want to hold up Force and Besage and Vamp. I don't really care if they make a Construct or not, so I can just leave the Saga there. Yeah, I don't really feel like that's necessary, whereas like vamping for Time Walk seems like the quickest way to finish the game. Ancestral off of Island. Yeah, I guess so. Another Saga. Did I have mana to Vamp, Teferi, Mox, Walk? Yeah. I did have mana to do that in the very beginning. But I didn't have Vamp at the time. Or do you mean right now? Vamp, Teferi, Mox, Land, Walk, maybe? But isn't it better to just wait a turn and then have exactly 14? Or... I don't know. Say no to this, and then Time Walk. And that should be good enough. Cool. Oh, they have a Force. Yeah, no reason not to Force back here. I guess we could have played Besage Teferi instead of forcing back. That would have been better, but it's fine. So yeah, maybe, I guess maybe that would have been better then. Just played Teferi and then time walked. Opponent is playing it out. Respect. Ancestral Recall. Can't actually draw cards with the Hell Reacher in play. Yeah, I probably should just play the Teferi out. Wait, what is this? What are we doing? Just taking game actions? I have to, if I don't draw a blue card though, if I take your line and I don't draw a blue card, and then they metamorph my Atraxa, isn't that like a problem? The original line. Okay, so we're playing against Jewel with some interesting, like maybe Hull Breacher main choices. We got Mind Break Traps, we've got Null Rods, we've got a Needle, we've got a Vigor. I don't really think we need an Abrupt Decay. Oh, Hard Cast Force. Yeah, true. 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 Yeah, I was a little tunneled on like having Beseju open was giving me comfort. Our Karn. Are you allowed to like cut an emissary here in the 2 oath target deck? I feel like you're not allowed to do that. I mean, I guess you could theoretically just trim 2 oaths and an emissary, right? Probably isn't that bad. Like, we're gonna win this game with planeswalkers the majority of the time. We don't really need a Flusterstorm or a Misstep. We don't really need... We do want Narset for sure. Oko and Teferi for sure. What does this do? Graveyard and eat Moxen. Probably don't need that card. I kind of like this idea here. Lean a little bit more into the... control here. Yeah, let's try this. I mean, this looks like a pretty good matchup here for, I guess, maybe I mean, I feel like Pest Control could be pretty good. Hitting a bunch of Moxen, maybe. Seems okay. How's our blue count look? 7, 8, 12, 16, 22, 23? Not bad. Definitely want Vamp and Demonic to find Null Rod. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a pretty anti-Jewel version of Oath. That is about as good as they possibly come. I mean, it's hard to think of a better hand. I guess a better hand would have an answer to a Saga, right? This hand could lose technically to Urza Saga plus Ancient Tomb. But we have some draw spells, right? Yeah. I mean, I like it. We have a lot of Saga answers in our deck, so I'm not too worried about that. A permanent blue source? Yeah, that would make the hand better. True. Yeah, that is a true statement. I'm just looking at, we got Force Mind Break Trap not to die on turn 1, and we have Null Rod not to die for the rest of the game, so... Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. I think it's very similar to Dredge. All right, Basic Island Go. A classic Jewel start. I drew one of my 2 oaths. I kind of want to probe and see what's going on. Doesn't feel necessary, but... All right, my opponent has Force of Negation, no blue card. Saga, Workshop, Jewel. What are we're just doing that? They can play a ring, it doesn't do anything. All right, well, I'm just gonna resolve my Null Rod. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna resolve my null rod. I tried to film some Jewel content yesterday. I finished an entire league and was not able to make a playable video out of it. So frustrating. Yeah, you got a ring. Hey, but look, we drew a blue source. So I have options to strip mine the island or the workshop. If those cards matter at all, I guess like theoretically the island matters because they could push towards activating sagas here. But if they activate sagas, we have an oath. We might want to resolve the oath while it's unlikely they have a blue card for force. Could also like convince them to getting a saga into play. I think we like to just resolve this oath now. And then if they play a saga, we can wasteland the island, and that will maybe make their saga have vanishing and not be able to activate. I guess the saga could go get maybe a cage if they have a cage in the sideboard, but we're not even like, we don't even need the oath to go off. It's just a thing we have to protect us against saga tokens. Black Lotus. Saga. One unknown. Another Mind Break Trap. Let's just cast a Ponder. I can't get Hold Breacher here. And even if I did, I would get an Oath, a Time Walk. Yeah, I guess there's like... Do we care about stripping Workshop to prevent a Jewel draw 3? I don't think so, because we could always steal the Jewel with like an Oko down the line as well. None of these cards are actually very good, but building out our mana isn't bad. But I guess we get to a hard cast Mind Break Trap if we do this, and we could just like not strip mine at all and just hold up in a bunch of hard cast Mind Break Traps. Then we're forced to draw this jet though. I don't really want to draw this jet. Kind of want to just put this back. Maybe that's like super greedy. I mean, we do need 3 mana to like play Planeswalkers later, right? Oh, I don't have a blue land. Ay. That's fine. I still think I'm supposed to hit this island. Island also represents like a possible one of Otawara. Without an island in play, they need like their Tolarian Academy to play an Otawara through a Null Rod. It's like very hard for my opponents like to cast blue spells without an island. I mean, if they have that, they have that, but not really worth worrying about if I don't have any way to play around it, right? And I have other cards in my deck I can draw to. Obviously, this kind of sucks because I have to draw into this jet. But I feel like it's worth time walking just to like go 1 turn deeper on this jet, right? I have to draw through it at some point. I might as well draw through it now. Like the closer we get to getting a Planeswalker, the closer we get to winning the game. Hold the jet in hand in case I draw like a Brainstorm. All right, so now their saga fades away. If they have a cage, they can get a cage here, float a mana, and maybe draw another colorless mana and make a construct token. That could be a problem. I don't think all the duelists play a cage, but some play a cage. If they don't have a cage, there's like basically nothing they can get that matters. They have a cage. Okay. Do they have a land for a Saga token? They have a Soul Ring. Notably not a land. Their deck only has, what, 4 Sagas, 4 Ancient Tombs, and a Tolarian Academy in it left. Maybe it has some Seagate Restorations. But we would have a Pest Control, which we can't actually cast at the moment to cover that. But this will unlock our cage later, so I feel like we probably are going to hold on to it. This would have been the answer, though, exactly to the situation that would have been a problem for us, so that's good. Though we do need the white land, because our deck doesn't make mana colors here. Unfortunately, if we draw a Forbidden Orchard, we can't Oath right away, because we have to use the white mana from the Orchard, which is kind of funny. A key. Thanks, QC. The resub. I expect opponent to play this all the way out based on how they played game 1, so I assume we're in it for the long haul. An Oko. Hey, look. Perfect. Green, blue, blue, Oko. They're going to force this, assuming they have a blue card. They did have a Seagate Restoration. I wonder if they were holding it or if they wanted to make a construct. Do we force back? If we force back and we give them an elk, yeah, I mean, it feels like it's correct. Hopefully we'll be able to hit a land off our Atraxa so we can hold up Hardcast Mindbreak Trap on Metamorph. I'm just going to turn on off this cage, turn it into an elk. They can't even kill this Oko. Then we get an Atraxa, and the game's in a great place. Though it'll be a little bit harder to cast Pest Control, actually, which is pretty funny. I guess theoretically we could cast Pest Control and then turn the ring into an elk afterwards. It's kind of cute. So I guess here, if they like had, I don't know, Academy something. Okay, it looks like they're gonna play a Metamorph, but on a second cage or maybe. Okay. Not bad. Can't Atraxa yet. Got a Metamorph out of their hand though. All their hand is a Jewel and an unknown card. They can't really play a Jewel with an Oko in play here. White land, I guess, is our best draw. Needle. I mean, Pest Control would be nice if we could cast it at the moment. I think this point we just have to stand up our Sapphire. I think we stand up our Sapphire and play out our Jet. That way, if they play a Jewel, we can steal the Jewel. Kind of weird game. I wonder if they're going to cast the Jewel. Maybe I'm supposed to just make a Foot. Is that possible? I feel like it could be. If they play a Jewel and I steal a Jewel, then I could attack, steal the Jewel, and then Pest Control my own thing away. I mean, I'm about to stand this cage back up, right? Gaia's Blessing. Man, I guess we're going to cast Gaia's Blessing, right? That's actually really bad that we drew Gaia's Blessing, because it's going to make it harder for us to go for Atraxa. Like, we could theoretically lose the game now. So maybe it means we're supposed to hold the Gaia's Blessing. I don't really feel like we are. I feel like I would rather try to find cards that do something here. Let's put Time Walk and Ponder and Probe back in, maybe. I'm a little like worried about. Oh, we found the Force. That's really good. Maybe I should have put the Force back in, actually. I'm pretty worried, actually, about going for an Atraxa now that I don't have a Blessing, because I only have one Atraxa in my deck. I feel very worried about it. Is that worth worrying about? Like we have this game locked up, right? We don't actually have to worry about that if we don't want to. I'm just not going to do that. Doesn't hurt to make our Oko bigger too. All right, they're jamming a Jewel. So they draw 3. And now I like stand up, attack the Jewel. Try to draw like an Orchard or a White Source. Oh, they drew the Academy. That's pretty good. Now they can PO or something. The Academy was basically the best draw in their whole deck, so we'll have to see how this plays out now. I still don't know how many ways they have of bouncing a Null Rod. If they have an Otawara and they find an Otawara, they could win this game on the spot, right? PO. So if they have a blue card Force. Yeah, I mean, the deck is, yeah, for sure, based on if they draw Academy or not. All right, that immediately got forced. All right, now it's my turn. Did draw the Orchard. So let's just stand up this food token. Attack. Steal this Jewel. Draw 3. Yeah, this game's over. And then we'll go and clean up this board. Demonic Tutor for what? We don't have a Wasteland anymore? We could get a Beseiju. I don't want to give them an Orchard token and not cast Pest Control, because then they can steal the Jewel back, maybe. Kind of. Like, the problem is it's a sorcery, and it only can give you, like, 3 turns, right? So, like, it doesn't exactly work that way. All right, let's go with white and black and cast Pest Control. Answer, clean up a lot of this board here, and then I guess we'll Demonic. I guess this answers the Tolarian Academy, right? That's kind of sweet. And then what do we want to do? Maybe grab Karn? Grab Karn, grab Beseiju. Let's grab Karn. Seems fine. No, I didn't want to do that. Also, you can't do that, so. Another Jewel. So I can steal this Jewel with the other Jewel, and then if I want to. Pest Control is a sorcery. Or do I just want to counter this? I just counter this. Oh, they got a force backup now. All right. Oh, you mean use it as paying costs? But that's still okay, that might not, yeah. No, because then they steal my jewel. The whole point was I didn't want them to steal my jewel. Saga Gaming with an academy. Black Lotus. So what do we want to do now? Do we want to stand up and steal the jewel? I think we just Karn them, right? They still have access to Academy. I don't have access to make a lattice yet. I can just steal this jewel. I guess I could turn off this null rod if I really wanted to, but I don't think I do. I could play a Karn and then elk my null rod. Wait a second. Hold on a second. All right, so if I play a Karn, they get an orchard. Well, they still will get the oath. Maybe that doesn't matter. But what if they like oath into a metamorph and they target a jewel, right? I can steal jewel with a Karn plus. I can't steal jewel with a Karn plus because I'll make an orchard token and they can block. But maybe that's fine. I don't know. It's kind of a weird spot, actually. It's not readily apparent what I'm supposed to be doing in my mind here. I kind of turn this jewel into an elk, attack, and steal the other jewel. I don't know. I don't know. Well, if we do it on the rod before playing Karn, then they unlock a ring and a bunch of mana. And I'd rather they didn't do that. It's so weird. I've never had a game quite like this. It's very fun. So I still have to deal with the fact that my opponent will have more, I will have more creatures than my opponent, and if I give them a creature, they'll be able to attack and steal back the jewel. If I Karn and then turn Null Rod into an elk, and then Jewel and Lotus, I don't know. Okay, I drew it to Fairy. That should do it here. I guess I didn't draw a land. Let's see what they have. They have a Force, a Ring, a Workshop, and an Ancient Tomb. I drew a Vigor. I don't really need a Vigor. I can bounce the Jewel, but then they just replay a Jewel. I could Vigor my own Oath. That's cute. I have to Vigor this Jewel, right? So if I Vigor the Jewel and the Oath, and then they have a creature and they can attack but doesn't do anything, that actually might just be the best play. I don't know, man. That sounds like fun, though. I kind of want to do it. But then they get a Saga token, right? Because they have an Ancient Tomb. Well, the problem with that play is if I play and if I give them a creature, they steal back their Jewel. Isn't that kind of bad? I could just play Teferi and bounce this, but that's a problem too. Oh, tap on upkeep. Yeah, that would work. That would work. Damn. All right, I'm in. No, we can Needle Saga here, and then I like this play. This play is good. We came up with a lot of plays that lose me a jewel, but this one's pretty good. Tap Urza Saga, and then upkeep, we just make sure that's even. Do I want to play out Lotus and Null Rod? I definitely want to play out at least Lotus. I'm not sure I want to play out second Null Rod in case I can figure out a way to get a Lattice Lock going. Yeah. So the Oath will go on the stack, but it won't trigger, it won't finish because we're going to tap an Orchard. What a world we're living in here. Okay, so now my opponent has a Saga that doesn't do anything, a Force of Will. Yeah, Dash gets credit for that one, because I wasn't there yet. I feel like I had a bunch of plays that were okay, though. We are definitely living in a game of Magic the Gathering. Another workshop. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And then they make one in a blue. Uh-huh. And then what? Time Walk? Oh, chat! We've been bamboozled. They drew Time Walk. It's okay. Then we can steal back the jewel again, so it's fine. Probably. I feel like it's not fine. I feel like it's not fine. Because now they can draw a bunch of like mana and artifacts, and then like, I don't know, something bad will happen. Now I kind of wish I played the second Null Rod. If I somehow manage to lose this game, it's gonna be pretty funny. I mean, it's not my fault. We didn't draw a land off of my draw 3. Like, that's not my fault. My whole plan was to attack draw 3 and then play Karn without using an Orchard. But we just drew 6 non-lands. Alright, now what? PO? Yup. Draw 3. They have 11 cards in hand now. I mean, they can't use Otawara this turn, so it's fine. I wish I could stand up my Karn and attack for 9 with the Jewel, though. I guess they could play a new Jewel. Then we steal the Jewel, unless they metamorph my Elk Jewel. Wait, no, they can't metamorph my Elk Jewel. They could metamorph the Spirit token. What a game. What a beautiful game of Magic the Gathering we have here. I have 5 minutes on my clock. I gotta play faster. Jeez. Silly game. I have an Oath in play too, so if they make 2 creatures that could go for Atraxa. Oh right, they're gonna go into. They're gonna go on. They can't take damage this turn. Perfect. All right, I mean they're definitely gonna have Force of Will up too. The whole problem of me just drawing no lands off my draw 3s was the big problem here. We also kind of need a Boseiju for this Tolarian Academy. All right, they're going to clean up. Now what? Now what? I'm not even sure I'm supposed to play that Teferi. I need to make sure I have another Null Rod in play, right? Man, I don't know. This is too hard. Oh, there's a Beseju. Sweet. I feel like they probably don't have another island in their deck, right? Oh, but then I don't have any mana to play another Null Rod. Okay, they didn't have another blue source there. Whatever. I'm off it. Go ahead. Maybe I'll just go get an Atraxa and hope it works. I don't really want to draw the cards that I'm drawing, so... I'm just gonna play a Jewel. What is happening in this game? There's no way they can do a play a blue land and Otawara in the same turn either. Somehow I feel like I made this more complicated than it needed to be. It's a new One Ring. Oh, it's a Metamorph. As a Jewel. Draw 3. Oh, as a Needle on an Oko. What a beast. I mean, I still have a Vigor. But they probably have Force of Will, right? I also have Teferi Bounce, but I feel like I'm supposed to get this Atraxa. All right, I sure hope this Atraxa Oath doesn't kill me here. I sure hope the Atraxa Oath doesn't kill me here. The problem is I'm not going to have Force backup. But I have like 4 minutes on my clock. I feel like I have to try to win this game. Please don't kill me. 6 cards left in my deck. I found a... None of these cards do anything. Sick. Okay. Impressive. They just play a Metamorph. Things are bad. I'm definitely supposed to just play a Teferi. Oh no, we're gonna die to the... We're gonna die to the Jewel. If they play a Metamorph, we're gonna die to the Jewel. Unless the Vigor resolves. How many forces do they have left? They have 2 forces left? No, they're playing 2 jewels. We're gonna die. Now I have to kill their jewels. God damn it. I think we lost. I knew this oath trigger would kill us. No! All right, so I have to resolve a vigor on the jewels. Well, I can't Oko. Oh, I guess I have to, if I can kill the needle somehow, I can Oko. I can't. I gotta. Wait. What if I resolve Karn first? Does that help us in any way? I don't have enough mana though. Oh, well, they tapped out. But they could just PO them back to the hand. I think I just need to vigor the 2 jewels. No, they played a ring this turn, chat. They played a ring this turn, chat. The problem is if I vigor the 2 jewels and they draw a metamorph, I lose. But if I vigor the needle and a jewel and I metamorph a jewel, then they can PO the jewel back. Maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe that doesn't matter. They could just play a new metamorph. I guess they would have to have 2 metamorphs. If they metamorph my needle, or they metamorph a jewel, or if they have 2 metamorphs, they metamorph Atraxa, find another metamorph, and then metamorph a needle, and that would lose. They found the Otawara. Are they gonna PO back a jewel and cast a jewel? But I have an Oko at that point, so I think we're fine. They have another ring. What if they just play rings for the rest of the game and fog me out and I draw out? So they did have an Otawara. So they're gonna tinker for a jewel? Or for a what? For a metamorph. Tinker for a metamorph on Atraxa, find another metamorph. They have just enough life to play a metamorph. They did not hit one, but they hit a jewel and they hit a 1 ring. They can only take one of those. So which one do they take? They took a 1 ring. Okay. So I can't even get in on this turn anyways. I just elk their Atraxa and we go to the next turn. Well, I play a Karn, obviously. I don't think this Karn does anything, though. Because I can't actually cast a Lattice anyways. Not that a Lattice matters here anyways. Oh, yeah, maybe Narset was better than Karn, so they couldn't draw another jewel or something. True. I don't know. You're right. Narset might have been better. They have put a jewel on the bottom of their library here. I think. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. What if they hit another Metamorph? Then we would still win unless they hit a jewel. They would automatically hit a jewel off the or they would very likely to be hit a jewel off the Metamorph. I think this is it. Well, they can't cast a PO. They don't have any mana. They have 4 life and they have Ancient Tombs. Oh, wait, they just drew a Saga, so now they do have enough mana. That's funny. Well, those were fun games. I feel like it didn't need to be like this, but... Oh, I had double Oko. I actually had a lot of things covered with double Oko. Wow. I made this so hard. That was fun though. The pest control was so sweet. The pest control line was so sick, wasn't it? Damn. Oh, I should have probably have stood up something else in attack there, just in case. Oh, we won with 1 card in our library. If they had drawn PO that turn, they would have won. Because they would have been able to pick up and play a Metamorph. Oh, they can't play a Metamorph in a ring. They can play a Jewel in a ring. Does that win? No, because then I Metamorph. Oh, they play 2 Metamorph. No, but no, they can't because they. Oh, yeah, they can. Yeah, that's funny. I guess I should have played Narset, huh? I guess Narset doesn't help me against that problem actually. This was only challenging because our stupid oath, because we drew the stupid Gaia's Blessing and our oath milled over our entire library. Like, why does that always happen to me? Okay, let's go. Round 3. What do I got? I've got a Mental Misstep, a Spell Pierce, a Savannah. What more could you ask for? I have a Beseiju on turn 1 for a Bazaar of Baghdad. So like I do think that this hand does cover a lot of stuff. I don't want them to see my hand. I'm gonna Mental Misstep this. I think I would take psychic damage if they saw my hand. So Sensei's top. Underground Sea. 3 cards remaining. I think it's always Misty Probe here. Show me your secrets. Oh. They have a Hull Breacher, a Time Walk, and a Lorien Revealed. I guess I'm casting Ponder now. Kind of wish I hadn't played this Misty Rainforest, but... I guess this is an Underground Sea. No, I can't keep it. Maybe they don't cast it right away. Maybe they try to get me. I mean, I kind of want this Vamp, right? And just Vamp for an Oath. I might be supposed to just keep Ancestral Vamp here. Oh, I guess I would take Vamp, and that way I can Vamp on my upkeep if Ancestral's bad. Oh, I should probably play this Pearl out, yeah? Or no? So if they just play it, I can just vamp on my upkeep for an Oath. I mean, they might just go Time Walk, look at the top 3, right? Oh, they're not playing it. They're not playing it. I'm going to draw it, right? Like, there's never a good window for this. This is like one of the biggest problems with Hull Breacher is like, it's kind of hard to time this card, right? Like, what are they going to do? Not spin? They're just going to not spin. Okay. I mean, my card costs 1 mana to hold up. Their card costs 3 mana to hold up. So I just vamp for... I could just probably Besage you here. What's my next card? Time Walk? Time Walk into Vamp. I feel like I want to use this Besage you on a Saga, though, right? Or I guess I don't need to. Just play an Oath. I mean, we could just vamp for an Oath. But we have a Time Walk. I mean, are we even playing a Time Walk next turn? We kind of aren't, right? We're gonna hold it, maybe. Kind of a tough game. I don't really know. Classic Savannah gaming. I guess we can just play this off Besage though, so it's not that bad. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, they're playing the Hull Breacher. Should we just vamp for the Oath now? Should we hold up Spell Pierce? Probably need to hold up Spell Pierce. In case we get twisted. Oh, I guess they're gonna Time Walk us here, right? Should we just Besage you this Saga? So they can't get something crazy off of it? Somehow I don't feel like we're winning this game. I'm gonna have to like play this vamp into 1,000,000 mana. Oh, I don't know any of the cards they have anymore. They gonna play at Citadel here? Ah, they just drew Twister off the top. Sick. Fucking unreal, man. I also didn't draw Force, so... Alright, well. Probably lose. Definitely lose. I feel like I outplayed my opponent in this game, and I did not get rewarded for doing so. Ah. I feel like I resolved an Ancestral in a spot where there was no business of me ever resolving an Ancestral. And then I lost anyways. It's frustrating. Okay. This is probably a Vigor matchup, but I'm not really convinced this is like a Null Rod, Decay, or Trap matchup. It's kind of hard to say. It's like Esper Tinker or something along those lines. Mentor, Hull Breacher, Wheel, Tinker, Vault Key. I mean, we probably want a Null Rod in our deck, but we might not need 2 Null Rods in our deck. We might want an Abrupt Decay in our deck, but we might not need 2 Abrupt Decays in our deck. I mean, again, this is another matchup where I don't really... I mean, I guess Sarah's Emissary might be fine. It's kind of a hard choice. Don't really know what we're supposed to be keeping here. Sure, we could trim Ruby here. I don't mind that. It's not bad. I feel like we don't need more than 1 Pest Control either. It's like not Lurrus, right? Maybe it's the same. All right. I don't feel like spell. I feel like they always have a 10,000 manas. I draw my Gaia's Blessing. Classic gaming. I mean, this is still probably... It's a really bad hand. I mean, it has a Saga answer and it has a Force, though. Like, is this actually a keep? I feel like it's a keep. I'm not happy about this hand, but am I really putting back Force, Narset, Strip Mine against this deck? Yeah, losing that game feels really bad after we resolved an Ancestral Recall underneath their Hull Breacher. But... I don't really know what else I could have done. I mean, there definitely were opportunities to vamp for earlier for something else, but I feel like setting up a Oath Time Walk turn makes sense. But maybe Oath Time Walk turn is not even that good because we have an Emissary and we're not always going to hit Atraxa, right? So maybe it's not even that good. Basic Island. Black Lotus, sure. Guess I'm not casting Gaia's Blessing. I was planning on just cast... Maybe I'm just supposed to cast Gaia's Blessing. I won't do it. Watch me get opposition agented here. I have like no way to play around that. So, well. Tundra. All right, your move, opponent. Tinker me. Hull Breacher, Twister me. Slam a 6 mana Bolus Citadel. play a Fragmentize. Yep, Lurrus Citadel. See if they brick, I guess. Esper Tinker was one of the worst Lurrus Citadel decks of all time, so... Sure looks like a brick moment. All right, I really want an Atraxa. Please, please, please. It's a 50-50, but like, can I have an Atraxa? Thank you. Thank you. All right, 10 cards. I lost both of my Okos, by the way. All right, there's a Black Lotus, an Oath, a Fetch, a Force, and a Demonic Tutor. I rate those cards as good. I drew another Oath. I was really hoping we would draw a blue card. I guess we have Hardcast Force, so it's fine. So we just play out our Black Lotus, and I don't think we strip mine them. And we just DT for Boseiju on this Lurrus Citadel. Is there another choice? I mean, we could Teferi it. But then we don't have... But Boseiju is just uncounterable. Feels like the best way forward. Oh, but I don't have enough mana if they actually counter my Demonic Tutor, though. Okay, they didn't. So I'm not going to actually have enough mana here. So I guess we should Gaia's Blessing, right? I guess we should Boseiju first. And then we should Gaia's Blessing and try to find a blue card. Let's put Oko, and Force back in our deck. Damn it. All right. I'm ready to be Time Twistered. That would put Gaia's Blessing back in my deck. Instant win. Saga Gaming. Time Walk. Okay. We have a Sarah's Emissary as our other creature. Twister? Oh, no Twister? Hull Breacher? No. There's no way I'm going to flip over my deck for a Sarah's Emissary here with a Gaia's Blessing already gone, so... Time Vault. Seems good. Watch them just natty key, baby. Natty key, baby. Yeah, I mean, I think Atraxas are just always right. Like, the power of Atraxa compared to every other card in Vintage is just... We almost lost a Vault Key here, by the way. We didn't have the Strip Mine. Okay. Kind of weird to cycle there, unless you have like a second Lorien revealed. Because you're 1 mana from casting it. They have a second one. A third one, actually. Oh, Hull Breacher. Yeah, you got a Hull Breacher. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is this? I can pay for Fluster, by the way. I can pay for Fluster, by the way. They had a Fluster too. They had a Fluster too. 100% they had a Fluster too. My God. All right. There's no way I'm playing this stupid Sarah's Emissary, right? Like, I'm just get rid of this Sarah's Emissary. I can't afford to miss on this. I'm just going to play the 2 Oath thing again. And I'm gonna play like a bunch of dumb shit, like Abrupt Decays and Mind Break Trap. And take this pedal out and play another Mind Break Trap. I don't, you know, after what my opponent has done, I feel like Mind Break Trap's the kind of card you want against them. What is this? What is it? What is this? 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 What is it? What is this? Great. Fantastic. Not a this has definitely been an episode of Justin Plays Vintage. That is for sure. All right, Underground Sea. Ancestral on my upkeep. I'm ready. My body's ready. No Ancestral on my upkeep. All right, well, I don't really want to cast any of these cards using my Forbidden Orchard, unfortunately, but... A Vampiric Tutor. That's a Resolver. That's a Resolver. Uh-huh. Okay. Man, we are only in round 3. This is going to be a long night. All right. 4 cards plus the Vampiric draw. Go. Go has been called. Ancestral on my upkeep. I mean, we force it, right? Okay. Not exactly what I was looking for. Not exactly what I was looking for. Not great. Maybe they'll go for Volt Key, and we'll be happy. No, pass the turn. Okay. Noted. Savannah. Tropical Island. Oh my god, do we play the Narset? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We jam. I guess we could have kept Teferi and bounced the Spirit token, but that just feels real bad, doesn't it? Isn't Narset way better? Time Walk Black Lotus Ponder. Well, I have Abrupt Decay, so I could kill a Hull Breacher, right? So, like, the Ponder isn't unplayable from this spot either. Is it crazy that I want to take Black Lotus and have nothing to do with it? Like, next turn, I'm just going to get rid of my Narset and find another spell. But I guess I don't need 2 spells. But, like, the Time Walk doesn't really do anything. This seems bad, but I'm going to do it anyways. This is a Mystical Tutor? Oh, it's just a Lorien Veil. Okay. Tundra. What? Okay. And now what? Monastery Mentor. Okay. Do you have a follow-up or nah? I got answers. I got answers to that one. Bug Gaming. Should we play around Gush? Oath? Got him. I think I might just keep this Narset in play if this Oath resolves, right? I don't need any more cards. Did I shuffle? Did I shuffle, or is the guy is busting the bottom card of my library? How good is the white reclamation stage? Pretty good. I would think pretty good. I had the answer. Wait, Abrupt Case kind of been just straight fire, huh? The 3-0. Okay, welcome to round 4. The dream is alive. This is a keep in my book. Sapphire. Underground Sea. And oh, come on. How many hands have we opened with Ancestral Recall so far today? Also, like, just on their turn, no problem, don't care about negation. Just raw talking it. All right, well, show me your secrets. They probably had a fluster, right? Yeah, all right, so they had a fluster storm backup. Makes sense to me. All right, well, now I have Force plus Spell Pierce up, so I feel like I'm pretty happy about this outcome. To find out if they're show and tell or not. Misty Rainforest. Pretty Misty Rainforest. Pass. Pass gaming. Okay. It's not great for me unless I draw like a blue land. Flusterstorm Orchard Kaya? That sounds great. I feel like we keep Flusterstorm. Oh man, I hope we don't have to fetch. Well, if we have to fetch, which is the one card we want? It might be Orchard. It's kind of frustrating, but I think it's Orchard. Damn. All right, so Kaya, Fluster, Orchard. And hopefully we don't have to fetch. All these cards are great, though. Seven cards in my opponent's hand. Demonic Tutor. I feel like we let that one go. Don't want to fight over that. I don't want to fight over anything if I don't have to. I'd like to draw that Flusterstorm if I can. Could be for Oath, could be for Orchard. We have Orchard went beating. Oh, Strip Mine. That is unfortunate. And something else? I've already cast Ancestral. What? Bayou? Oh, I guess it could still be Oath. Duress? Huh? I guess it could still be Oath. Trying to get this deck list here. Oh, it didn't work. Yeah, they just have a thought. They have a Duress and a Thoughtseize and an Energy Flux in their Oath deck. Okay. It's like an anti-Oath Oath. So we just Spell Pierce this, right? Or do we not care? We have a Flusterstorm on top. I'm not really happy with this spot. My opponent has just drawn so many more cards than I have. But I don't think I'm going to draw Flusterstorm at this point anyways, right? So I feel like we just fetch. And we just pierce this. I kind of want a Tundra. The biggest problem with this game is if we just like untap, slam Oath with Orchard, and they just like have Orchard beat in the mirror here. But not much we can do, I don't think. So we just gotta jam another force. All right, I'm in. All right, resolves, but they could still have an Orchard, but we have a strip mine for an Orchard. We definitely want to keep force up for show and tell. Now, they do have their own Orchard here, but we have a strip mine, so that's okay. Yep. Oath Mirror, but my opponent has a Demonic Tutor. Oh, Black Lotus. They can cast their Atraxa? No. Maybe Hardcast Force. Ancestral. That's a good one. I feel like I should do that on their turn, though. My turn to cast Ancestral. Yep, they had a force. Pitching show and tell. I think that's fine. I don't think I'm worried about drawing an Ancestral here. Unless they have like another Orchard and I'm down in the Orchard War. Yeah. Yeah. But I need to be able to counter like an Atraxa here too, right? Do I have to be able to counter a Time Walk as well, or no? No, it's another show and tell. Jeez, it's kind of frustrating. Oh, it's an Oko. That I don't need to counter. But I might anyways. They have one card left in hand. They pitched a show and tell to the last force. I can't win an Orchard battle here. I can't play a Moxen or I lose if there's an Oko. Well, I can always get a Sarah's Emissary and name Planeswalker, right? So I think it's okay. I also have I guess that doesn't really work. At some I'm gonna force this, and I think I'm gonna pitch force. All right. One card in my opponent's hand, one card in my hand. We have Orchard Parity. My opponent has the mana to hardcast an Atraxa if they draw it. Orchard's a good draw. Besager's a good draw. Negation's not amazing. It's really bad if they just like cast Atraxa, right? Should lose on the spot. They had 2 orchards and we had an orchard and a strip. Just parity. Okay. I mean, any land is a great draw for me, right? I kind of think they still have another hardcast force, if I had to guess. But don't know. Demonic Tutor is amazing draw. That's got to be one of my best possible draws. Just get another orchard, right? I'd get a strip mine if I still had a strip mine, but I'm gonna get an orchard. Now they kind of have to draw something good here. Vamp Tutor. We can't counter that. We can't counter that. Oh, are they gonna put an Atraxa on top, or are they gonna put an orchard on top? Or are they gonna put a Besage on top and Besage my oath? Man, I wish we had pitched this Narset. It was definitely correct to pitch a force, right? It was just unlucky that that didn't work out. But it definitely was correct. I hope. All right. See what they vamped for. What do you think, chat? What do you think they vamped for? Another orchard? Yep, another orchard. We are at parity. God. But now we can cast this Narset at least. One card in my opponent's hand. Yep. Yep. Good old Oathmere. Yep. Doesn't mean our Narset's gonna take a bajillion damage after we cast it, but or hear me out. Kaya, kill my own spirit token. What a game. I love Oath Mirrors, man. They're so much fun. People generally actually don't like this matchup, but I feel like Oath Mirrors are so much fun. It's just a good, weird sub games that you don't get to play that often. It's your least favorite matchup in Magic? Oh, I love it. I love Oath Mirrors. It's probably because it's partially biased on winning. Esper Tinker player. Yo, GG's Jack Ryan. Those were some wild games. You twisted me and I was like, what the? All right, we got Brainstorm, Flusterstorm, Mox Emerald Storm, and Oko Storm. So we take this Oko, we turn their Sapphire into an Elk, we lose our Narset, but we get a trigger. I'm just wondering if we don't want to do Oko. Like, for instance, if we were to take Brainstorm, we don't actually lose our Narset, we get a full another activation. It's probably not worth it, though. It's probably better to just go Oko. Actually, this also keeps them off of a hard cast Atraxa, so I could take Oko and not cast it. That's also a true statement. I mean, it's bad against like a Force of Will here, but I feel like they would have Force of Willed Narset, yeah? I mean, it's really bad against Force of Will here, because then they attack my Narset. So maybe... Yeah, we definitely lose Narset here, because I'm going to turn on this Sapphire, because it's going to keep them from casting Atraxa, and it's going to win us the Orchard battle. But then they're going to attack with they're going to attack with everyone at Narset, and we're going to block, and Narset will die. So he won't block, I guess. I mean, we still will block, but... But I mean, losing Narset doesn't matter, because they've already used Ancestral Recall, so they only have one more draw spell in their entire deck. They only have Brainstorm. I guess they have Brainstorm and Probe, where the only draw spells left in their deck, so... And fail, I guess. So now they swing all at Narset. But like actually taking them off of Hardcast Atraxa is... Oh wait, they're not off of Hardcast Atraxa. Oh. But I mean, I still wanted to break token parity, so... let's see. Yeah, so they're attacking everyone at Narset. I assume this means I just want to double block the Sapphire so that I lose all my creatures. Oh, they could still have Beseiju, though. So I think I just want to trade off Spirit tokens. And then they... Yeah, let's just trade off Spirit tokens. Because they could still Beseiju my Oath of Druids, in which case I don't want to be like losing too much on board. They have an Oko of their own. They have Atraxa. Damn, wow, they have their own Atraxa here. Okay. This game's gonna be hard. I do get to turn the Atraxa into an elk. Oh, they hit a Beseiju in a land, and they get to kill the Oath. And they hit Force Atraxa Oko. Oh, but you're right, because a land isn't... A Beseiju is a land. Oh, but what if we hit, like, Sarah's Emissary? Ooh, okay. I mean, they still hit Force, Oko, Atraxa. So Atraxa, Beseiju, Force, Oath, Oko. Atraxa, Beseiju, Force, Oath, Oko. +1. Okay, so I get to flip an Oath. It's either an Atraxa or an Emissary. If it's an Emissary, I have to name Planeswalker. All right, it's an Atraxa. Atraxa trigger. Teferi, Pest Control. Force, Gaia's Blessing, Orchard. All right, so we take Orchard and we take probably Pearl, and we take Force, and we take Teferi, and we take Pest Control. Yeah, but if I plus on the Lotus, then I don't break parity. If I plus on the Lotus, I don't break parity, so... Done. Draw. Because they can crack the Lotus, and then that would stop me from breaking parity here. All right, what do I want to do here? What do I want to do here? Do I just want to play Teferi? Play Teferi, blow up the board. Well, if I do that, I lose. I might still like take damage on my Planeswalkers. I don't know. I also thought I was taking them off Atraxa by hitting the Sapphire, for what it's worth. I'd miscounted. I mean, I'm always Okoing this Atraxa. That's always happening. Then the question is, I think we just pest control. Wait, what does pest control even do though? Anything? It doesn't really do anything, right? Well, it saves my Teferi from being killed, right? Because I don't want to bounce this Atraxa. I can't hold open double force. Bounce my oath. Well, I think Teferi is getting countered. If I do that, I need to protect my Teferi with a pest control, right? Then I lose my pearl. I don't know. I'm just gonna make a play and see how it works. Well, I mean, I feel like Teferi in play is better. Like, if they let Teferi resolve, then I can go Pearl Pest Control. All right, they forced it pitching Atraxa. I mean, can I even lose if I force back here and just plus my Teferi and wipe the board? I feel like I can't. Oh, I tapped out of black mana. You're right. Okay. All right, then I feel like I can just pass. Like, whatever. I can just counter their Oko and it doesn't matter, right? Yeah, I was like, I wanted to like put all the things in play, but I didn't need to do that. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. It probably doesn't matter too much. They can only like make one play a turn, really, and they can never get an oath trigger, and then I can just get another oath trigger. Okay. So I don't even know about the Sarah's Emissary yet. That's kind of nice. Or the Pest Control, which is also kind of nice. Oh, wait, no, I took the Pest Control off the Atraxa, right? So they do know about the Pest Control. And the Teferi. So, okay, maybe. All right. Oath Mirror. The thing is, we might keep in more oaths than our opponent because we're better in the mirror, right? Or no? Are we better in the mirror? Do we have more control over the orchard battle? We definitely want to track Abrupt Decay killing Oko, right? I don't actually think we want Vigor or Trap or Needle. We might still board down to one oath, though. It's probably correct. Maybe we want two oaths. The show and tells are going to be a problem, aren't they? I'm not even sure we want pest control. It can reset a board, but I don't even think that's worth it. We're not really that advantaged in keeping oath control, right? I feel like we're not. I mean, I still want to think about. I still want to board down on Oaths in the mirror. I mean, these things cycle. I don't feel like I need a vigor. A Replicate should cover me on all of that. I'm just like thinking about maybe Mind Break Trap. Maybe I just play one Oath or two Oaths and one Pest Control. Try this. I don't know. I don't know. It does, like, we haven't played the Kaya, but it does feel like we're playing a Matt Murray deck that makes you do like tons of stupid game actions. That results in very odd games of Magic. So my opponent has a Thoughtseize, two Flusterstorms, an Abrupt Decay, a Negation, two Vigors, two Sarah's Emissaries, and a Trap in their board. They have a very interesting Oath build. We, of course, immediately draw a hand that has Oath of Druids and no Orchard. I mean, this might just be a keep, right? On the draw, we have a Force. Obviously, we don't have mana, but I think this is just a keep in this matchup. Obviously, the Oath is not good, but we have a Seiju, we have a Force, we have a Demonic. Negation is not great here. It's not bad, though. It's double counter. So should I, like, just Demonic for an Orchard here? God, I'm going to hate that if we do that. I really don't like that plan, but it might be the plan. God, is that the plan? It's like so many ways this goes badly. I feel like it is the plan though. Like what other thing are we doing here? I don't really like this. I don't really like this. Well, they have a basic island. Interesting. It's kind of hard to fit a basic island in the Show and Tell Oath deck and a basic forest. Wait, didn't we play Duress in game one? We definitely played Duress in game one. Yeah, so we have a basic island and a basic forest, but we're making up for it by playing a Bayou. Okay, well, I am going to negate this Oko. I don't think there's any world we're ever playing this Ponder, and then Narth has a higher upside card, so. But. Okay, Oath of Druids. But maybe this Ponder is better. I only have two Oaths in my deck. Negation? Alright, that's a sign of weakness. Pitch, Show, and Tell. We're going in. All steam ahead. All steam ahead? Everything ahead. Go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Full steams. No! Why you what? No! Alright, well, they got their own orchard. Damn. And an Oko. That means I'm dead. They had so many answers. Sag. They had Force and Oko. They had two Okos. They had Force and Oko and Show and Tell and another and an Orchard. And I thought we had an avenue. I thought we had an attack plan. It all came crumbling down. Y'all about to see the biggest food-making Oko of all time. It's gonna make food for 10 turns. Unless they drop a Seiju, in which case it's gonna start making spirits into elks and everything's gonna be bad. Oh, come on! They're so good. They definitely just drew Orchard into Beseiju. That's crazy. I mean, that's the kind of the reason that why I didn't want to go on this line, but I kind of need a Bayou. I don't have a black-white land, huh? I guess it's a tundra. A savanna? A tundra? Is a tundra then? I guess it's a tundra then. All right, what can I draw from here? I need to draw my own Besiju, my own orchard, my own strip mine, or it's a fairy to bounce my oath. A Kaya would be something. You're supposed to. They're supposed to hold back attackers when you have a planeswalker. Anything to help me regain parity here. I drew a Bayou, by the way. I mean, we have one more draw step, right? I feel like I actually had a pretty reasonable spot to go for Oath here. This is why you board a bunch of Oaths out in the mirror, by the way, because you can't assume you're gonna have Orchard Supremacy. But I didn't really have like a lot of ways to approach this game, right? It felt like my only avenue. If I'm keeping that hand, that's how I'm gonna play it out. And I feel like we had a really solid chance of winning it. And this game's still winnable too. Lots of good draws. That's one of them. Kind of. That buys me a turn at the very least. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to, I guess I should have attacked first, because now I'm opening myself up here. I think I should have attacked first, and then, oh wait, now my Oko's gonna die. Oh wait, no, my Oko's not gonna die. Well, who am I kidding? But I can't turn these foods into an Elks if they just hold up a bunch of mana, so it's like, this only buys me one turn at the moment. Yeah, now we should hold back because we can double block the Ruby if it attacks. Yeah. Yeah. Just like I told them they should hold back. Same thing. We don't really have a lot of great avenues here. I mean, it would have resulted in the same exact thing, right? Wait, no, they can't attack here. They're not allowed to attack there, right? They should just they can't attack with Ruby there. All right, come on, deck, come on, deck. Jesus. All right. Well. All right, I have another draw step. And they have to hold all their mana up. Deck! I have 4 ponders. What does that do? Oh, they can't crack. I hope this resolves. I also have a needle. That doesn't do anything. Are they gonna crack one in response? Based. Super based. All right, I'm gonna turn on this food token. Oh shit! All right, I will plus on nothing. I swear these are the weirdest games of all time. They're the weirdest games I've ever played. This deck is crazy. All right, so they give me a spirit. They can't attack. We're parity for a couple turns again. Can we lattice lock them? We'll lose, right? Or no? We'll win, right? If we lattice lock them? Or no? 3 attack. I mean, we have an Oath in play. I feel like we might. They drew a fetch. Yeah, but what is it? At some point, they're gonna like show its own Atraxa, right? I guess then I get my own Atraxa. What is happening? Yeah, if it gets countered, we do play out our Moxen, and then the Oko hits our Moxen. Yeah. I mean, we had outs. Got to play to our outs. All right, they're still making food for me. Are they supposed to make food now, though? Like, aren't they supposed to not make food? Because every food they make is an elk? Well, at some point, they can maybe just attack and kill me, right? They still have 4 cards in their hand. We have 2 Moxen in our hand. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. What is going on, man? Did we lose game 1, chat? What happened in game 1? No, we won game 1. Okay. This feels like ages ago. I don't really feel like our deck is that goofy that the league should have been this weird. Like, it is goofy, but it's not like crazy goofy. But we've had so many unique interactions. It's been something. Thanks for the raid, Strastat. I hope you had a good stream. We've had quite a taxing one. I can elk. They're off it. GG's. Let's go. The Karn turning off the food activation so I can make elks. Oh, we were gonna drop a Seiju on their orchard. Oh. Welcome, Vintage Gamers, to the 5th and final round of this Vintage League. Opponent has revealed a Pokemon Pet Companion Lurrus. I have an Ancestral in my opening hand for the first time in this league. It's a keep for me. Drew another blessing, yep. All right, Bobble, look at their own top card. They can fetch away if they want. Oh, they're looking at my top card. Interesting. Maybe... I don't know what that means exactly. Oko. All right. Well, I hope we don't get wastelanded out of this game. That could be a problem. We're going to try to find a window to cast this Ancestral. I guess theoretically I could cast Ponder here, but I'd kind of just want to go to their turn and look for an Ancestral window. Magic Online is frozen, which is not a great sign. So... we come to a predicament here where if I wait any longer, my opponent can have access to Bowmaster. But they also chose not to look at their own top card, which makes me feel like they have a Spell Pierce or a Flusterstorm. It's kind of tough, but also like the longer we wait, the less likely we are to like have this become a good thing. So I think we'll probably just go on their upkeep here. You think getting them to Bowmaster is a W with this hand? I'm not really convinced that's a true statement. Magic Online is struggling though. Yeah, they had a Flusterstorm. That kind of vibes with what was going on. Like, I think the biggest problem here is a Wasteland, too. A Wasteland is a huge issue. But a Wasteland does let us resolve a Ponder, maybe try to get ourselves this extra mana. I don't know. I'm like mostly worried about Wasteland here. I mean, Flusterstorm wouldn't have countered Oath, but I'm definitely down to jam this immediately. Doesn't get a lot better than this, so see if we get a Resolver. They have like 6 to 8 forces in their deck, so it's not exactly likely that this resolves. They also have up to 2 Spell Pierces in their deck. It's gonna be tough, but if it resolves, it's probably just winning on the spot. Ooh! You love to see that. Up to 3 Spell Pierces? I haven't seen 3 Spell Pierces. So if they're on blue-white, they have a lot of answers. If they're on like Esper or blue-white, but if they're on blue-black Lurrus Control, this is probably lights out. Some of the Bronco lists have 4 Pierce. That's interesting. 3 Pierce. I must admit, I haven't been keeping total track of like the cards inside of blue-black Control. All right, so it is blue-black. What are we going to play into this? So we have 2 Oath targets in our deck, so we're 50-50 to hit Atraxa or... oh! I was going to say they could, theoretically, they could Wasteland our a Forbidden Orchard and then Fatal Push their Spirit token. I guess they could just Fatal Push their Spirit token now. Oh, they're just going to Bowmaster me. Okay. All right, so we're either getting an Atraxa or a Serra's Emissary. I think both of those cards will probably win. I don't think they have any answers to either of those cards. Let me just take a quick peek here. All right, Oath, target you. Caustic Bronco, double Spell Pierce. 1 push in the main. This is the only removal spell. We do have a Gaia's Blessing, so theoretically, both cards could be on the bottom. Both of our cards could be on the bottom of our library here. Okay. I'm just gonna name creature and hope they concede then, because this seems good enough to me. I have protection from creatures, so I guess I can just ponder. Black Lotus, Strip Mine, Beseiju. Black Lotus holds up negation. Sure. Seems good. I play lots of answers in my deck. Oh, they went Dome. Shouldn't they go? Can't they go Army or no? I feel like they can go Army, right? Yeah. I don't think it matters because it's Serra's Emissary is still 3 swings, so. I guess we don't really need to hold up Hardcast Negation, but it also lets us play Oaths or other things on the next turns here. Is my opponent just going to try to see more of our deck? We did show them some weird cards like Teferi. So the question becomes, do I risk it to get a Atraxa? And I feel like the answer is no. Because I technically could lose if I go for Atraxa, and I don't think I can lose if I just don't go for Atraxa. So I'm just gonna Strip Mine a land and attack, and then attack 2 more times. Don't think I need to hold the Strip Mine for Saga or anything either. That shouldn't matter here. The only way I really lose from this spot is my opponent goes Vault Key, right? But once I have Beseiju in my hand, then I can't lose. So maybe there's a reasonable reason to have ordered that the opposite way, so that I draw the Beseiju first. Oh, but they can't actually win with Vault Key because I have protection from creatures, right? So that doesn't even do it. I don't think they can. I'm trying to think of other ways they can get damage in. Oh, they could dress down the Serra's Emissary. Okay. Yeah, that would work, right? They actually don't have any dress downs in their deck. How do you play 2 Spreading Seas but no dress downs? They have no dress downs in the 75. That's crazy. Dress down is like the best card in those decks. Oh, Saddle the Bronco? No, isn't that the Bronco dealing damage? So I still have protection from the Bronco, right? Or is it losing life? Caustic Bronco. I lose life. Oh, okay. All right, how are we gonna board? How are we gonna board? How are we going to board? Abrupt Decay, maybe? I don't know if we need Abrupt Decay. They don't have Containment Priest. I feel like I want the Vigor. Maybe we play a Decay. Not really sure. Cages? They have 2 cages, yeah. So maybe we just bring in all of our decays. What are we taking out in that moment? Negations are pretty bad against them. I guess Abrupt Decay is an uncounterable way to stop Volt Key. So we should probably just always bring those in. Well, if you saddle the Bronco and I block, and then they Lurrus and rebuy the Bronco every time, right? So I think it would be fine. Because they have infinite turns, so... I'm pretty sure they would win through a Sarah's Emissary there, which is kind of unfortunate, but they might concede. What do we want from here? I'm not sure. I don't think we want negation. Maybe we don't want pedal. Yeah, I guess it depends on like how soon they're able to set everything up. That's kind of fair. Yeah, I think this is one of the matchups where Pest Control is better than average. So I do want Pest Control. Their entire deck kind of functions off of Moxen and Constructs. I just don't know what my other card that I want to get rid of here is. Maybe it's just Vamp. There's an Oath, but the Atraxa is in our hand, but we have a Brainstorm. It's probably worth doing this. It's a little bit of an awkward hand, but I think mulliganing this is fine. I don't really hate mulliganing this, but... Oh my gosh, Jet. So they have a Bowmaster up on turn 1. That's so bad for me. Oh my god. Does this kill us? We're gonna have to ponder next turn and shuffle. I mean, if they wasteland us, we just instantly lose on the spot. Does, in fact, look bad. No waste. Well, in that case, it looks kind of good. Well, it means they have a bunch of counter spells, right? I wonder if we're just supposed to ponder and shuffle here. Oh, they have Cage. I see. Okay. I don't want to draw this Atraxa, right? I feel like we just take the damage. Found a Strip Mine. Another Oath. I feel like that's so close. But if we ever get wastelanded, it's just so bad. Yeah, but I also don't want to like draw cards like lands and not get like locked out of this game. Pretty sure we need to draw like fetches and things. Use Ponder's ability, yes. Sage you. I think I'm just gonna play an Oath. I know that I can besage you a cage, but I feel like I'm just using my mana the best ways here. I have lots of ways to kill a cage. They have a spell pierce? Okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I just assume my opponent's hand is like almost all counter magic at this point. Bobble, target me. Put Lurrus in hand. They can't use Lurrus Bobble, which is good, but we are taking 3 a turn here. If I Teferi the Bowmaster, does a ping happen or no? I haven't actually played a format. We draw the Ruby. So I kind of don't even want to blow up this cage. I'm pretty sure I'm interested in just time walking here, trying to find some cards that matter. They paused for a long time on that. Another Ponder. I don't really have a lot of time. I go to 12 and I take 4. I can't even make a follow-up play unless I draw an Oath. Did they play a land last turn? They didn't, right? It's so bad for me, though, if they draw a land and play Lurrus and start buying back baubles. Isn't that, like, really bad? Also, I think they still have a counter spell. And what else are we doing, though? We're just pondering and taking more damage. I think we're pondering and taking more damage. Teferi, Strip Mine, Force. All right, these cards don't win the game, so we're going to have to get rid of them. We found the Oath. All right, well, this is great. This is basically best possible. We play the Oath, and then we just try to hopefully vigor on the upkeep. They do have a Force. So then we can't vigor on the upkeep. We have to wait until we have time to 5th mana. Might be too late for that. I don't think I can wait on this and like try to wait for a counterspell. That doesn't seem like something I can do. Yeah, they just had Forces their last coverage. Okay. Man, we are running out of options then. They had a Pearl anyways, so the other line would have worked even worse. We go to 8, and then they add 3 power. I mean, this game is still winnable. A 3rd Oath here wins the game, maybe. Force. We're just gonna ponder, and we will die from this, but man, Pest Control would have actually worked, but I don't have the mana for it. Damn. No, I think we lost this game. I was just a little constrained. I didn't even get wastelanded. Yeah. I probably should have just mulliganed in my hand, really. It wasn't as good. It wasn't good enough. That's on me. Even with occasion play, they have to force all of our oaths because we have all these abrupt decays and Besages. We have 5 uncounterable ways to kill a cage. It's kind of nuts, right? Is Orcish Bowmaster the greatest creature in the game? I don't even think Orcish Bowmaster is a good creature in Vintage. It's like passable. What is the reasoning for Kaya? Well, you see, Kaya is a planeswalker. And the donation deck list was planeswalker control of. Yeah, this seems, I mean, this is a classic pest control double tropical island hand, but I mean, I don't think Kaya is bad. If I thought Kaya is bad, I wouldn't have put it in the deck. Like, Kaya actively does do some really powerful things right now because my opponent's deck is incredibly graveyard reliant. And so I'm exiling cards out of my opponent's graveyard is actually very good against my opponent. That being said, is it worth playing Kaya in your deck? Probably not. She kills Moxen. Exiles Moxen. Sangha Gaming. Bobble Gaming. Okay. And a cage. I don't think I care about a cage. I think I'd rather hold Misstep. I've got a lot of answers to cage. Kind of just want to draw Mox, right? And then I can go to Fairy, Bounce Saga, Super Time Walk. Or I can draw another Teferi. Not great. Not great. I guess if they don't play a Mox here, I mean, then they can have Spell Pierce, another Bobble. Only Doomsday. Doomsday plays one land. I mean, yeah, our hand wasn't like amazing, but it was definitely within range being on the play against a slow deck like my opponent's deck. Strip Mine. Okay. That's a good one. You got a Bowmaster, maybe? Yeah, it looks like a Bowmaster. I'm gonna say I have an Ancestral Recall. Just kidding, I don't have an Ancestral Recall. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good, but I did draw double Tropical Island, so it's not great. I mean, there's like an argument to say I should have cycled Pest Control in response to Bowmaster, but I feel like it's so good on this board, right? Buy Lurrus, maybe? Oh, Time Vault. Sure. All right, what order are we casting cards in here? Teferi, bounce Bowmaster, immediately dies. Teferi plus. Teferi plus? Teferi plus? Feels like Teferi plus. So is this a Savannah or a Tundra? Don't think it matters very much. No Scrubland. Three cards in my opponent's hand. They can still have Spell Pierces and Forces. We do have Spell Pierce covered, though. I don't even think this Teferi is particularly good. It's just mostly bait, right? I mean, it's okay. Like, plussing this, it attacks, it goes to 3. It gives me the ability to resolve any spells. Oh, they had a Force. Force and Spreading Seas pitched. God, we do not want to get Spreading Seas. Okay, so they have 2 power in play, 1 card in hand, a Time Vault, a Cage, a Lurrus that can't bring anything back at the moment. We have an Oath. I mean, I kind of like our spot. Feel like our spot is okay. They buy Lurrus, I assume. Unless they want to hold up negation. Looks like buy Lurrus. Okay. Another Oath. I mean, I can resolve an Oath here, but I can't kill it with the thing on the stack. So I feel like I'm supposed to play this Teferi out. And that gives us a lot of choices on the next turn. Because if I can draw, like, a black source, then I can play Pest Control and Oath. I mean, they're just playing a Lurrus, right? Even though they can't bring back Bobble. Watch them just draw Time Twister. Lorien revealed. Seems like a good one. I mean, we can still resolve everything this turn, so. They've already played land, or no? They played Moxen, so they can play Wasteland here. Ah, Saga Gaming. Okay. And a Soul Ring? I don't care about a Soul Ring. The problem with Teferi bounce Cage is then if I misstep it, they can just buy it back with Lurrus. Because it took us too long to find mana sources. I assume they'd attack Teferi, yeah? Attack Teferi. Okay. I just want a black land, right? Come on, man. I mean, they don't have a counter in their hand. They have a Lurrus in their hand, right? So I can resolve anything even without a Teferi. So I could technically bounce this Bowmaster if I wanted to. Try to draw a card. Well, I don't think bouncing Saga matters at all. What's a Saga doing? Who cares about a Saga? I don't think that matters. I guess maybe it matters if we hit Sarah's Emissary. Yeah, might be true. Do I really care about a Bowmaster trigger here anyways? Not really. Just need a fetch. A Forbidden Orchard. A Time Walk? If I draw a land next turn, but they could have drawn... They have a Saga and a Lurrus in hand. It's not the mana base. It's I haven't drawn a land. I have lots of good lands to draw to. half of my, almost all of my lands. I drew a force. Oh, Oath. I mean, we can force Lurrus, but that doesn't do anything. Just Narset. Doesn't really do anything. I mean, we have force backup, so I guess we just play an Oath. Play an Oath. I don't feel like this game is that hard if I draw a land at any point, right? I mean, it does have to be a black producing land. I do have a Savannah I can draw to, a tropical island I can draw to. I'm gonna force this Lurrus for what it's worth. What is this? Blue, green? Treasure Cruise? Yes. In hindsight, if I had countered Cage, it would be a little bit better. But my opponent would have played Lurrus and replayed Cage, so it's not actually that much better. Saga Gaming, they play Lurrus, we draw a black source, we wipe their board, they replay Cage with their Lurrus, and I mental misstep and get an Oath target, but then I still have to beat a Saga after that, because they have Time Vault Key right now. But I have a Karn. It's crazy game. I feel like we're so close. I wish I had a Beseiju. Here's Lurrus. Okay. Actually, if we draw a black source now, we can actually pest control and play a second Oath, put both of our Oath creatures in play. Probably guarantees us a lot more chances of winning. I mean, even Ponder is fine from here, right? Even Ponder is fine. I mean, we have mental misstep for Cage. Thank you! Oh. Okay. Also, we have Spell Pierce speed. Black. White. Pest control. So that kills Orchard, token, yeah. And then we can play another Oath. Or maybe we're supposed to play mental, maybe we're not supposed to play Oath so that we can actually pay for a Spell Pierce. Justin, did you throw the game? I sure hope not. I might have thrown the game, chat. Doesn't look like it. They would have snapped it off. Time Walk kills me. All right, so I get both of my creatures, and then I have a Karn to beat Vault Key. Bouncing the Saga mattered. This is true. All right, yes. Gaia's Blessing. All right, now I have to choose if I'm Gaia's Blessing before or after my Oath trigger. Let's look for, what are we looking for? All right, is there anything in particular we're looking for? Time Walk, Beseiju, Strip Mine. So I guess we would probably want to shuffle first. Decay. One Decay in our yard, one Strip Mine in our yard, one Time Walk in our yard, two Teferis in our yard. It's probably a shuffle first. All right, we hit an Abrupt Decay, a Force of Vigor, a Forbidden Orchard, a Teferi, a Kaya. I mean, we'll take all the magic cards. Let's take a Forbidden Orchard, a Teferi probably over Kaya, I assume. I don't really care about hitting their yard anymore, right? Abrupt Decay over Vigor, because I don't currently have another green card. And then Ponder and Sapphire. What is Kaya? I can exile a non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. There's none of those because we pest controlled everything away. So I can exile a creature from a yard and gain life, but there are none of those. I mean, I'm not casting either of them, right? Or I guess I could. I don't know. I'm going to take these cards and hit done. It does look like I have to resolve. I don't have to resolve Karn, actually, because I have an Abrupt Decay, right? Well, the Time Vault. Yeah, but yeah, I guess I could exile the Time Vault. But I don't need to exile the Time Vault. They can't get it back anyways. I mean, we can bounce Saga again, too. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think no matter what we choose to do, we're just going to win. I don't think they have outs at this point. I guess they could play like 3 Bowmasters or something. I think all of my choices win the game. I don't think there is a thing that saves my opponent here. I have protection from creatures, so they can't do recall targeting me. Okay. Okay. Let's go! Ah, Vintage is so much fun. I love playing nonsense. Ah. Okay, you're right. They could bring back the. You're right. But they can't. They don't have enough mana to do all that. And I have forces and stuff. So. I mean, we have a lot of other things. You are right though. They can bring back Time Vault once at least. So. Okay, let's go 5-0. What? Oh yeah, that is one of the weirdest 5-0s I've ever played in Magic the Gathering Online. In Magic in general, like that's crazy. Pest Control was pretty good though. That was the main thing we were testing in this league, and Pest Control was great. I thought Pest Control was really awesome. Obviously, Pest Control is really hard to cast, and that is a problem. It actively is a problem, but like the effect of the card does seem to work pretty well in what's going on here. So yeah, Yeah, wow. Whew. Thank you to Sean for this donation deck list. It's been a lot of fun. Obviously, we took a bit of a detour from Sean's original list, but that happens sometimes when we do donation deck lists. A lot of times, I'll take an idea or a concept that someone donates to me and then try to make it as best as I possibly can in the format. So Sean was like, I have this cool Planeswalker Control Oath deck, and I'm like, cool. Oh, I've had some ideas for Planeswalker Control Oath decks. We'll take some of the things you're doing with Teferi, and we're gonna try to see if we can play a Pest Control, which I thought might slot in pretty well into this kind of archetype. Man, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. We had a nice big raid as well. So I can give the believers points here. Choose the outcome. Yes, deck is in fact great. Congratulations, believers, getting your points back. What else can we take away from this league? I thought Ponder was pretty good too. There should be a Ponder based Oath control deck, 2 creatures, Gaia's Blessing. I'm not sure like this is the exact way you would want to build it. I think you can build it straight bug with Abrupt Decay, maybe with Long Goodbye, maybe with Pernicious Deed. Pernicious Deed is kind of pest control adjacent. There should be a controlling Oath deck that would have you favored in the mirror, good against blue-black, and maybe find some better matchups across the field. The problem is like the show and tell part of the Oath and Tell deck is really, really strong. So it's a little hard to justify becoming like a weaker deck, but more consistent. I don't know. Something to think about. If you want to see your deck played on this channel, make sure to check out the Patreon link in the description below where you can find all the information you need to see to submit a donation deck list. If you want to see more vintage content, make sure you check out the YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. New YouTube videos. I will see you then.